What is a finite automata? Automata is what? Automata is a mathematical model or a machine. Okay. So now we are discussing about the finite automata. So inside the finite automata, what we are discussing? We are discussing that whenever we provide some input and we are getting the output, but how that machine actually works. Okay, in the finite automata we are going to study whenever provide some input and we are getting the output, but how that machine internally works we are going to see. Okay, here finite automata is denoted by how many tuples? 5 tuples. And that 5 tuples are q, comma sigma, comma del, comma q0, comma f. So what is it? See here. Capital Q is a finite set of the states. Students, we are going to use here states. Okay, and states can be denoted by here. You can mention here any letter. We are going to see it. Everybody look at the board here. Q0 is a state, and starting state we are mentioning by Q0, and final state we are mentioning by here. You can see. We can say Q1. By double circle we can say it is a final state. So to represent how machine internally works, we are going to use make of number of states. Okay. So Q, capital Q is a finite set of the tuples. Now here sigma, that is a finite input alphabet. Already we are seeing to get the length of the string as a 2. Okay. What input we have to give? We can give any input like A, comma B, or we can have binary input 0, comma 1. So in the sigma, we are mentioning what input, what alphabets we are using. Then transition function. Student, here transition functions in the finite state we are using q, comma sigma gives you q. So what is this q? Q means at which state you are, and after giving some input at what state you are reaching. So here student, if you look, when I give some input, here if this is a Q0 state, this is my initial state, starting state we can say. When I apply some input, for example A, sigma A, comma B is given. Okay, when I am passing some input, at what state I am reaching. Final state should be marked with the double circle. Initial state should be marked by this arrow. Okay. So when we provide some input from this alphabet sigma, okay, here you can see this is the input provided A, comma B. So when we provide some input, at what state you are reaching. Okay. For that we have a transition function. To what we are calling as a transition? From one state you are moving to another state. That is nothing but a transition. But what input you are giving, you have to see. Afterward, there is a Q0. Already you know now, initial state for the finite automata, that is a Q0. It is not compulsory to write Q0, Q1. You can replace it by any letter. Okay, for our understanding, or in generally we are writing Q0, Q1. But here you can mention any letter. Now Q0 is a initial state for the finite automata, but you can see here Q0 belongs to capital Q. Q0 is only one initial state, and capital Q is what? Set of, finite set of the states. Actually there is a states. It is not tuples, it is a states. Finite set of the states. It is a finite set of the states. Number of states you can have Q0, Q1, Q2, Q3. So which state we are taking? So Q0 is the initial state. So Q0 belongs to capital Q. Clear? Now F, that is the set of the final states. Student, here which is the final state? Q1. Q1 is a final state. Okay, but it may happen that you require two final states. Okay, you can have one or more final states. That's why It is a set of final states, that is capital, this F belongs to Q. Okay, and Q means what? It is a finite set of the states. Clear to all? Okay.